Good morning, students. Today we are going to continue the same chapter, Health and Hygiene. Now it's the time for recap. Last week we are discussing about some interesting topics: health and nutrients, balanced diet, malnutrition, deficiency diseases, protein and mineral deficiency diseases, physical exercise and rest. In this chapter, we are going to see about some important topics: hygiene, personal cleanliness, frequency of cleanliness, introduction of microbes, bacteria, bacterial diseases, virus, and finally, the diseases caused by virus. Now let's see about the first topic is hygiene. What is hygiene? Hygiene is a series of practices performed to preserve health. According to the World Health Organization, hygiene refers to conditions and practices that help to maintain health and prevent the spread of diseases. Personal hygiene refers to maintaining the body's cleanliness. Now let's move on to the next topic is personal hygiene. Cleanliness is one of the most important practice for a clean and healthy environment. It may be related to public hygiene or personal hygiene. It is essential for everyone to learn about cleanliness, hygiene, sanitation, and the various diseases that are caused due to poor maintenance of hygienic conditions. The habits which are learnt or followed at a young age get embedded into one's personality. One should start to follow certain habits like washing hands before meals, regular brushing of teeth, and bathing from the young age. It is essential to follow certain good practices like keeping our surroundings clean, avoiding littering in public places, refraining from spitting on the road, and many more good habits. Let's see about the next topic is personal hygiene and frequency of cleanliness. The exercise of proper personal hygiene is one of the essential parts of our daily life. Many people in rural areas may not understand what good or bad personal hygiene is. The prevention of communicable diseases like diarrhea, cholera, and many others is highly possible through the application of proper personal hygiene. Personal hygiene is a concept that is commonly used in medical and public health practices. It is also widely practiced at the individual level and at home. It involves maintaining the cleanliness of our body and cloth. Personal hygiene is personal and its name implies. In this regard, personal hygiene is defined as the condition promoting sanitary practices to the self. Everybody has their own habits and standards that they have been taught or that they have learned from others. Generally, the practice of personal hygiene is employed to prevent or minimize the incidence and spread of communicable diseases. Some of the components of personal hygiene are eye hygiene, hair hygiene, body hygiene, oral hygiene, feet hygiene, hand hygiene, and cloth hygiene. The first components of personal hygiene is eye hygiene. Eye hygiene is a broad concept that goes beyond the correct and frequent cleaning of the eyes and what is around them. such as eyelashes or eyelids. It also includes preventive measures at work and even in leisure activities. Clean the eye area carefully and frequently. Take care of the environment where we are. Prevention factors at work. Electronic devices can irritate our eyes, causing the dreaded visual fatigue. Rest your eyes. We should get used to taking 5-minute breaks every 2 hours of work at least. Do not touch your eyes with dirty hands. To protect our eyes from the outside. Practice sport safely. Sport is very good for our general health and for our eyes, provided that the right measures are taken. The next hygiene is hair hygiene. The hair follicles from which the hair grows produce oil from the sebaceous glands that keeps the hair smooth. The oil, sweat and dead cells all add together and can make the hair greasy and look dirty unless you wash it regularly. Poor hair hygiene could cause dandruff and skin infections. Dandruff is dead skin on the scalp that comes off in tiny flakes when sebaceous glands produce too much oil and accumulates on the scalp. The recommended procedures for cleaning the hair are: use clean water to wash your hair regularly. Massage your scalp well. This will remove dead skin cells, excess oil and dirt. Rinse well with clear water. Use a conditioner is helpful if you have longer hair, as it makes the hair smoother and easier to comb. Dry the hair and the head with a clean towel. Never share a towel with someone else. Comb the hair to look beautiful for the day. The next components of personal hygiene is body hygiene. The body has nearly 2 million sweat glands. Moistened and dried sweat and dead skin cells all together make dirt that sticks onto the skin and the surface of underclothes. The action of bacteria decomposes the sweat, thereby generating bad odor and irritating the skin. The first task in body hygiene is to find water, soap and other cleansing materials. Taking a bath or a shower using body soap at least weekly is very important to ensuring our body stays clean. Bathing can be every day or after periods of sweating or getting dirty. Dry the body with a clean towel after thorough rinsing. Changing sweat-soaked cloth after each bath is advised. Cleaning the ears after every bath is also necessary. Avoid sharing soaps and towels because of the danger of cross-infection. The next hygiene is oral hygiene. The mouth is the area of the body most prone to collecting harmful bacteria and generating infections. Our mouth mechanically breaks food into pieces. This process leaves food particles that stick to the surface of our gums and teeth. Our mouth cavity is full of bacteria and is a good environment for bacterial growth. Rinse the mouth after each meal. During the day, fill your mouth with water and swish it around to get rid of anything sticking to your teeth. In addition to regular brushing, it is advisable to floss your teeth at least once a day, usually before you go to bed. The next components of personal hygiene is feet hygiene. We spend a lot of time on our feet. Our feet sweat as we walk day and night, and the sweat accumulates on all foot surfaces and between the toes. The sweat may stain the shoes and can produce an bad smell. As well as bacteria, sweat also encourages fungal growth between the toes. This is called athlete's foot. This is a minor irritation and often disappears by itself but sometimes these cracks and sores become the site for other infection. The feet should be washed daily or at least twice weekly. The next important personal hygiene is hand hygiene. The cleanliness of our hands is very important in all our daily activities. In our normal activities, our hands frequently get dirty. There are many situations in which microorganisms are likely to attach to our hands along with the dirt. Hand hygiene plays a critically important role in preventing this transmission. First, wet your hands with clean water and lather with a bar of soap. Next, rub your hands together vigorously and scrub all surfaces up to your wrist. Clean under your fingernails also. Continue for 15 to 30 seconds or about the length of a little tune. For example, the Happy Birthday song. It is the soap combined with the scrubbing action that helps dislodge and remove germs. Rinse your hands well with clean running water. Dry your hands in the air to avoid recontamination on a dirty towel. Do not touch anything until your hands are dry. The next personal hygiene is cloth hygiene. We usually have two layers of clothing. The internal layer is underwear such as pant, vest and t-shirt. These are right next to our skin and collect sweat and dead skin cells which can stain the cloth. Bacteria love to grow on this dirt and produce a bad smell. Underwear must be washed more frequently than the outer layer of clothing. Cloth hygiene is an important aspect of one's dignity. Changing used cloth for clean ones every day is recommended. Washing dirty cloth requires adequate clean water, detergent and washing facilitates. Boiling water or insecticides can be used to destroy cloth infestation. Now let's move on to the next topic is introduction of microbes. Microorganisms play a very important role in our lives. Some microbes cause disease, but the majority are completely harmless. These microscopic organisms play a key role in maintaining life on Earth, fixing gases and breaking down dead plant and animal matter into simpler substances that are used at the beginning of the food chain. Microbes are very small living organisms, so small that most of them are invisible. The majority can only be seen with the microscope, which magnifies their image so we can't see them. In fact, microbes are so tiny you would find over a million in a teaspoon of soil. Microorganisms occur in an amazing variety of shapes and sizes, and they are divided into different groups that are bacteria, viruses, fungi, protozoa, algae, etc. Microbes cause infectious diseases such as flu and measles. There is also strong evidence that microbes may contribute to many non infectious chronic diseases such as some forms of cancer and heart diseases. Different diseases are caused by different types of microorganisms. Microbes that cause diseases are called pathogens. A pathogen is a microorganism that has the potential to cause diseases. An infection is the invasion and multiplication of pathogenic microbes in an individual or population. Disease is when the infection causes damage to the individual vital function or systems. An infection does not always result in diseases. Microbes can enter the body through the four sites: respiratory tract, gastrointestinal tract, urogenital tract, and breaks in the skin surface. When you neglect personal hygiene, you are increasing the risk of falling sick. Let us name some of the diseases or conditions caused by microorganisms due to the negligence of personal hygiene: diarrhea, tooth decay, athlete's foot, and dandruff. Now let's see about the next topic is bacteria. Bacteria are microscopic single-celled organisms that exist in their millions in every environment, both inside and outside other organisms. Some bacteria are harmful, but most serve a useful purpose. They support many forms of life, both plant and animal, and they are used in industrial and medicinal processes. Bacteria are single-cell organisms that are neither plants nor animals. They usually measure a few micrometers in length and exist together in communities of millions. A gram of soil typically contains about 40 million bacterial cells. There are many different types of bacteria. There are three basic shapes: spherical, rod-shaped, and spiral. Bacterial cells are different from plant and animal cells. Bacteria are prokaryotes, which means they have no nucleus. Now let's see about some examples of bacterial diseases and mode of transmission. The first bacterial disease is cholera. Cholera is an infectious disease that causes severe watery diarrhea, which can lead to dehydration and even death if untreated. It is caused by eating food or drinking water contaminated with a bacterium called Vibrio cholerae. The next example is pneumonia. Bacterial pneumonia is an infection of your lungs caused by certain bacteria. The most common one is Streptococcus, but other bacteria can cause it too. If you are young and basically healthy, these bacteria can live in your throat without causing any trouble. But if your body defenses become weak for some reason, the bacteria can go down into your lungs. When this happens, the air sacs in your lungs get infected and inflamed. They fill up with fluid and that causes pneumonia. The next bacterial disease is tetanus. Tetanus is acquired through exposure to the spores of the bacterium Clostridium tetani, which are universally present in the soil. The disease is caused by the action of a potent neurotoxin produced during the growth of bacteria in dead tissue. For example, in dirty wounds or in the umbilicus following non-sterile delivery. Tetanus is not transmitted from person to person. A person usually becomes infected with tetanus when dirt enters a wound or cut. Tetanus germs are likely to grow in deep puncture wounds caused by dirty nails, knives, tools, wood splinters, and animal bites. The next bacterial disease is tuberculosis. Tuberculosis bacteria are spread through the air from one person to another. The TB bacteria are put into the air when a person with TB disease of the lungs or throat cough, speak or sing. People nearby may breathe in these bacteria and become infected. When a person breathes in TB bacteria, the bacteria can settle in the lungs and begin to grow. TB disease in the lungs or throat can be infectious. This means that the bacteria can be spread to other people. TB in other parts of the body, such as the kidney or spine, is usually not infectious. The next bacterial diseases is typhoid. Typhoid is a bacterial infection that can lead to a high fever, diarrhea and vomiting. It is caused by the bacteria Salmonella typhi. The infection is often passed on through contaminated food and drinking water, and it is more prevalent in places where hand washing is less frequent. It can also be passed on by carriers who do not know they carry the bacteria. Let's see about the next topic is virus. Virus is an infective agent that typically consists of nucleic acid molecules in a protein coat. Viruses are acellular, they do not have a cellular structure. Therefore, they lack most of the components of cells such as organelles, ribosome and the plasma membrane. Virus can infect all types of life forms, plant, animals and microorganisms. It replicates only inside the cells of other living organisms. Let's see about the next topic is diseases caused by virus. Common cold, influenza, hepatitis, polio, smallpox, chickenpox and measles are some examples of diseases caused by virus. Thank you, children. The first chapter is over. I hope you all understood this chapter. If you have any doubt, please text me. Thank you. Have a nice day.